How's it going, everybody? I'm Benjamin Wolf, and welcome back to the Wolf's Den. Can I create the songs and sounds that my friends and family came up with for me? Let's find out this time on What's in the Box. After laying down the piano part and getting it to have the right sound and emotion, I decided to layer the sound with a guitar. The core sound is an electric sunburst guitar in melody mode from the Contact library, followed by choral, which is a chorus effect from Native Instruments. After that, going into the RC20 Retro Color by Excellent Audio to give it some more vinyl crackle, some wobble, a little bit of distortion, a little bit of reverb, and also some equalization. I'm going to go ahead and toggle on and off the effects so you can hear what they're doing individually. For the piano, I changed it up for the intro to come in slowly and gradually to build up for when the beat drops. I have a radio effect that toggles on and off through automation inside the Unicorda piano. I also have a filter effect, letting the high frequencies come through gradually. Okay, so now I'm going to lay down some drums to add to this. After laying down those drums, I grouped them into a drum bus. That gives it a little bit of a glue compression. Gives all the drums a more cohesive sound. After that, it's going into a parallel compression. Let me go ahead and bypass the effects so you can hear the difference with and without them. After laying down the drums to get a sense of the rhythm, I wanted to lay down some vocals for the chorus to get a feeling for the overall emotion of the song.
Sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room.
First, I put the vocals through auto-tune. Then the vocals go through a de-esser to tame some of the S sounds. Then into a compressor with the Pro C2 to tame some of the levels. Then some equalization with the Pro Q3 to tame some of the frequencies like the low mids, the lows, and add some highs. Then it goes through a decapitator to add some saturation. When I laid down the vocals, I took 2 takes. With the second take, I went a little heavier on the auto-tune and messed with the formant.
Sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room.
Then it gets ran through vocal synth, which adds a vocoder and a chorus.
Sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room.
I put those 2 tracks together into a vocal bus, that way I could compress them together.
Sitting in a dark room, don't know.
They also got a little bit more high end, and I took out a little bit of mids and a little bit of lows. To give the vocals a heavy atmosphere in the intro, I have it panning left and right. I also have it running through a filter effect, which is also being automated. Then it's going through a phaser to give it a washed out sound. After that, I cut out a bunch of the lows. Then it's going through a really long reverb. And all these sounds are automated to cut off right as that chorus comes in. Next, we're going to work on a sub bass.
Sitting in a dark room, don't know. Sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room.
So the notes of the sub bass follow the root notes of that arpeggiating guitar sound, which are F, G sharp, D sharp, and C sharp. And they hit right with most of the kick drums. To get this sound, I use Serum, I loaded up the basic shapes. Oscillator 1 has sine wave. Oscillator 2 has a square wave, moved up by 1 octave. I changed the envelope of the sound to have it slowly losing power over time. And I also attached the envelope to the cutoff filter. You do that by dragging envelope 1, clicking on it, dragging it to the destination. After creating that core sound, I have it going into a decapitator for some saturation. After that, I have a tiny bit of sidechain compression coming from the kick. That pattern basically stays the same, except for every 8 bars or so, I have this C sharp getting pitched down an octave. I just wanted to say before getting into the verses, even though some of the themes and lyrics of the song seem to follow some of what happened in Juice WRLD's life, it's really not. It's more of a culmination of things I've dealt with family and some of the things I've heard other people talk about. I'm not trying to create a song about Juice WRLD, I'm trying to create a Juice WRLD type song through my eyes. But most importantly, I'm not trying to offend anyone or hurt anybody's feelings.
Using fentanyl as my cure-all, numbing all my problems with the dealer call. Keep on saying that I'll keep the dose small. Now my brain is coming to a crawl. Anxiety's all in my head, like spiders that crawl in my bed. Won't stop until I'm lying dead, lying dead. Sitting in a dark room. How the fuck you know just what it's laced with? Nobody could tell, no one could taste it. Mixing all this shit'll make my heart skip. Who really knows could be my last trip. Anxiety's all in my head, like spiders that crawl in my bed. Won't stop until I'm lying dead, lying dead. Sitting in a dark room.
The first thing in the vocal chain is auto-tune, set to F minor, in modern algorithm mode, retune speed set to 2, flex tune at 5, and humanize at 30.
Using fentanyl as my cure-all, numbing all my problems with the dealer call. Keep on saying that I'll keep the dose small. Now my brain is coming to a crawl. Anxiety's all in my...
After auto-tune, it goes into a de-esser, then into a Pro Q3 to tame some of the frequencies.
Using fentanyl as my cure-all, numbing all my problems with the dealer call.
As you can see, 2 of these are set to dynamic mode, so they only kick in once the vocal goes above a certain threshold. After the equalization, it goes into a compressor.
Using fentanyl as my cure-all, numbing all my problems with the dealer call. Keep on saying that I'll keep the dope.
Then into a second compressor to catch any peaks that were left over from the first. Then it goes into a supercharger GT for a little bit of saturation set to mild, and some characters set to bright. But the mix is 78% dry and 22% wet. There's only a little bit of this plugin coming through. Then it goes into another EQ, the CQ by Soundtoys, just for a little bit of the high end it provides. Then after going through all those plugins, sometimes you could build up a lot of resonances. So it goes through Soothe 2 to help with some of that.
Using fentanyl as my cure-all, numbing all my problems with the dealer call. Keep on saying that I'll keep the dose small. Now my brain is coming to a crawl.
Some more S sounds could also build up after going through all the plugins. So then I added another de-esser. Then it goes through a fresh air, set 20% mid, and 24% high.
How the fuck you know just what it's laced with? Nobody could tell, no one could taste it. Mixing all this shit'll make my heart skip.
The vocal also has an echo that goes through Echo Boy, and then gets some distortion through Decapitator. One thing I did to help the echo not overtake the main vocal is I split the signal from the main vocal and sent it to a compressor after the echo. That way the echo is getting sidechain compressed by the vocal itself. So every time that vocal comes in, it pushes down that echo a little bit.
It's laced with, nobody could tell, no one could taste it. Mixing all this shit'll make my heart skip.
And finally, it is getting sent through the pure plate reverb by UAD.
Crawl in my bed, won't stop until I'm lying dead. Lying dead, sitting in a dark room.
That's everything for What's in the Box episode 4 and making a song in the style of Juice WRLD. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, I'm going to play the song in its entirety, uninterrupted. Thanks again, and see you next time.
Sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, using fentanyl as my cure-all, numbing all my problems with the Dilacol. Keep on saying that I'll keep the dose small. Now my brain is coming to a crawl. Anxiety's all in my head, like spiders that crawl in my bed. Won't stop until I'm lying dead. Lying dead, sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room. How the fuck you know just what it's laced with? Nobody could tell, no one could taste it. Mixing all this shit'll make my heart skip. Who really knows could be my last trip. Anxiety's all in my head, like spiders that crawl in my bed. Won't stop until I'm lying dead. Lying dead, sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, sitting in a dark room, don't know if I'll make it home to you. Sitting in a dark room, dying on my own, feeling all alone, dying on my own, feeling all alone, dying on my own.